And we welcome the 8-time Wimbledon champion, Roger Federer, back home to Wimbledon. Now removed from competition, what are your feelings about this place and the competitions?
Great to be here. Thank you very much. I still feel, I just wrote my friend this morning, it's great to be here, but still a bit strange, you know, not having an next practice, not a next match, not a meal where you're thinking what you're going to pack for your, for everything that's to come of the day, but I love being here. I'm happy my children are here with me today as well, or this week, and my wife as well. My parents actually also came, so it feels like going back in time a little bit, so it's great fun.
Yeah. You're 2 down of the big 4. You and now Andy Murray has joined you, saying goodbye to Wimbledon singles competition. What are your thoughts on that, watching that?
Well, number one, I wish I could have been there last night, but I already had obligations because I didn't know exactly how it was going to all play out. I actually took an earlier flight on Tuesday to be here in case he played his singles, and then as I boarded the flight, there was, no, Andy's not playing singles. I'm like, oh my God. No, so, okay, so I was on standby, and then unfortunately last night I just couldn't be there, but I quickly went to see him before the match, and I could see an Andy who was extremely nervous and, you know, and caring for that very moment because, I mean, obviously Wimbledon means so much to him and his family and his team. So I watched all the highlights again, and I thought, amazing for him, you know, still a little bit more to come, hopefully, in the mixed, and then also the Olympics, I believe. So, and then I guess that's it for him. We don't know exactly, but look, he was there for my retirement at the Labour Cup at the O2, and I was so happy that he was around. And I hope I get to see Andy, and what an incredible career. I loved playing against him, even though he beat me probably 20 times, but he's been terrific, and of course it had to be emotional as well yesterday.
And then life goes on, and you quickly became a doctor.
You don't have to call me that, but yeah, it was
commencement
great.
speech at Dartmouth College, and in the U.S., everyone knows you honorary doctorate, which, but not just the title. Your speech was terrific. Your tennis lessons, a couple of them stuck out. Discipline is a skill. Nothing's effortless.
Yes, exactly.
I apologize. I said effortless many times. I didn't realize it bothered you.
No, it didn't bother me per se, but you know, people really sometimes forgot actually how much work goes into it. And I never really made a big fuss about it because I feel all the players work extremely hard. So there's no need to shout about it. But I know that some other players, they feel better when they can tell the world how hard they train, and it maybe sends a message to the opponents and to their country that they represent, that they're working unbelievably hard. And I always just felt like maybe I can go the other way around, and I can just like not let anybody know that I work so hard. And then when I get to the tennis tournaments, you know, I actually am just actually recovering from the hard work, and I'm getting ready for the tournaments. Like I've prepared for the test away from the venue, and I've wanted it to be meaningful for the graduates, and it was great. I got a lot of nice messages saying how much it meant, and I worked on it for like a half a year or maybe a bit more. So, of course, then we started to change the text many times around, and I was worried that it was going to be too long, but I'm really happy I got to do it, and it's been a big honor.
We have a clip. Let's take a look and a listen to Dr. Federer.
Even top-ranked tennis players win barely more than half of the points they play. When you lose every second point on average, you learn not to dwell on every shot. You teach yourself to think, okay, I double faulted, it's only a point. Okay, I came to the net and I got passed again, it's only a point. Even a great shot, an overhead backhand smash that ends up on ESPN's top 10 playlist, that too is just a point.
Perfect plug.
There we go. I mean, come on. ESPN has been, we've had a lot of contact with one another. All the graduates know about the channels, so I felt like they know what I'm talking about. It's actually the first time I see it back, so it's awkward seeing me speak like this, you know, with a tree.
You look very...
Yes, I look very proper.
Overall, the message to the young people, I mean, the Dartmouth graduates, we're fortunate to have you in person, but there's a lot of young people who look up to you. Overall, what is the message to their generation that you were trying to deliver?
For me, it was, well, I wanted to make it fun because I know a lot of the life is serious, you know, and a lot of school is serious as well, and you work extremely hard, but you also have to have some fun on the side. So I hope that the speech, the delivery was one that they wouldn't fall asleep and you know, get bored. So that was number one for me, and that's also my take on life. Is like we got to have fun along the way, and then of course I wanted to make a you know, like association with what I've gone through and my biggest learnings from the game of tennis. You know, that we work so incredibly hard, but actually we also lose a ton. We lose a ton of points, we lose a ton of matches, and we got to learn from that, and you got to persevere, and got to get back up, and you keep moving forward. It's easier said than done, but with some statistical elements and some examples, I hope that maybe I could shine a light a little bit on that. And just that also you don't have to dwell over, you know, the little losses as you move forward. So I think for me it was very much that, and that hard work obviously pays off. Not sometimes instantaneously, but if you stay the course and you surround yourself with great people and you believe in yourself, normally over time you should get rewarded with that.
Well, it was well done. It was a memorable one.
Yeah.
I can't let you go without talking tennis.
Of course, let's do it.
Analyst cap, right. New generation, you have Alcaraz and Sinner. Boy, they've come on strong, 21 and 22, and they are here. You still have Novak. He's looking to get number 8, maybe number 25, and a lot of other people in between. Give me your take on the tournament.
Yeah, so I don't like when it's raining, so I'm happy I'm seeing some matches outside, because I don't know, Wimbledon under the roof for me still is a sight that I'm just not used to it. You know, the noise of center court with the roof on is odd to me. But no, I mean, the guys are doing so well. Alcaraz at the French was fantastic. His win here last year was fantastic. I mean, it was incredible against Novak in that 5-setter. I mean, I've played Novak here. I know how hard he is to beat, and for Alcaraz to do it, was he a teenager still at the time, to do it was incredible. Then Sinner, I mean, how his progression has been the last couple of years, I like it a lot. So I see that continuing, which is going to mean that both are going to meet each other, hopefully, so many times. It's going to be a great rivalry.
Is that how quick the next generation comes up on you? I mean, you're sitting there and feeling, you know, Novak took 3 or 4 last year. Suddenly these 21 and 22, is that how the game changes?
I mean, I think
that quickly?
I mean, our generation, I feel like it always comes in like 5 years. You know, so every 5 years you get another wave of players coming through, and that's why I think it's wonderful for, you know, Rafa and Andy, and also of course Novak still being playing on tour, because it actually gives the younger generation, like the Sinner and Alcaraz as an example now, a chance to play against these players multiple times, maybe not just once or never, but actually a chance, you know, because if everybody retires at 30, you know, we will not have that happen. So, and Novak's amazing how he's bounced back. I haven't talked about him before, you know, but incredible effort for him after the surgery, after Paris, to come back and already be playing. I mean, I don't know how he's feeling, but it'll be very interesting how he bounces back after his 3-hour match yesterday.
This has been great, Roger. Thank you very much for the time. Get out and enjoy tennis while you can.
Great, thank you.
Best to you and the family.
Okay, appreciate it, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Always great to hear from Mr. Federer. 20 majors overall, of course, 8 Wimbledon titles, and finished #1 in 18 of the last 20 years. That's the big 3, of course, including Nadal and Djokovic in there. Djokovic still going, looking for major number 25, but what an era it was, and certainly for Djokovic still is. Rafa hoping he can continue to go as well. We'll see him at the Olympic Games in Paris. He'll play doubles, by the way, with Alcaraz there.